Hi all, and welcome to Night Rips. So today I am going to open the Big Daddy when it comes to vintage baseball collecting. I'm not talking about I'm going to be opening packs that are, 67 years old, because that would be a little different type of video, but I am going to be opening up the company that kind of really kicked it off, and I think most of us that actually collect baseball cards has some affiliation with, and that would be Topps. So I will be today I'm going to be opening up a couple Topps wax packs and actually showing you wax packs, showing you cards from back when Topps was the Topps bubblegum company. I'll also be opening up a couple packs, older packs. One that's probably my favorite Topps set, and then the second one I've never opened before, and I'm really interested in looking at these because I can actually get my hands on more if I like these or not. So go ahead and let's show you what I'm going to be opening up today. So today I'm going to be opening up a wax pack of 1988 and 89. And of course, these still has the bubblegum, the stick bubblegum in it. That, for anyone that's wondering, don't eat the bubblegum. It's not good. It wasn't good back then, but it's definitely not good now. I'm going to be opening up an old 1992 pack of Topps Stadium Club. And if you've watched other of my videos, you find out I love Stadium Club. I think it's probably one of the best Topps photo cards on the market. It always has been. And then the new one that I've never opened up before, and I honestly forget what year this is. I'm going to open up a pack of Topps big baseball cards. And these actually, this is a 1988 pack. So let's go ahead and get ripping and see what we can find. So we'll start off with the 1988 Topps. And this one, this was real common back then, where you could win trips to the world or to spring training. Never won. Actually, I've never even sent to try to win, but it was an interesting way to, promotion that they would run. This is actually something that was always interesting to see, is that actually a baseball card pack having an ingredients on it. So you don't see that anymore. Of course, you also don't see Topps chewing gum anymore. It's now the Topps company. But let's go ahead and open up. Of course, you always hear us talking about ripping wax and the wax packs. This is back when actually the packs were made out of wax paper. Good thing about that, it definitely kept the gum, fresh. But the problem is that it was real easy to break into these cards and take what you like out of it. And it's real common to find, especially if you go to garage sales or some auctions and stuff like that, or less reputable places, people will skim the cards, where they'll open up the packs, because you see how easy, I could easily reseal this just by heating the pack up again. But this one, I don't, I buy my vintage from a reputable company, so I'm not worried about this one. Good thing too is that nowadays, there is a few cards that might be worth a little bit, not really worth the time to go and skim. This is definitely a 80s, be a superstar, say no to drugs. And it was team up against drugs. Definitely the 80s theme. But there's the gum. Not going to chew it. Can put that over here. Let's see who we got. Make sure I get the. Yeah, right. They always made sure to put the non-glossy on the outside, so at least it would stay somewhat good. Because you also knows, and this is a problem with these bubblegum packs, is that you will still have some gum residue on it. It doesn't do that much damage, but you can see it. Matter of fact, if I tilt it, you can see where the gum was. All right, so we have Jeff Mumphrey, Steve Crawford. This is definitely something else about the old 80s. The quality of the print was just not as good. Cuts like this one, definitely not centered. It was rough, and it's hard to get good PSA 10s on these cards. So even if you find a good one and you want to get it graded, getting it graded that it makes it worth it, real difficult. Mike Flanagan, Randy Reddy, Paul Asemacher when he was still at Brave before he went to the Cubs, Luis Polonia, John Cangelosi, and every one of these cards is still cut a little bit rough. Oh, here we go. This is back when they would put in advertising in the middle of these packs. This was where you could win a chance to trip for 4 to the 1989 spring training camp. What was the... Trying to see, it's must be taken between March 1st and April 1st, 1989. Can't really send when you have to have this postmark by. But obviously, you know you're not going to win this trip. But you could also, just like in some of the score videos, you had the ability to actually get glossy editions by sending either wrappers or just money. In this case, let's see. So you have to send $1.25 plus 6 special cards for each set offered. I'm wondering if this was the special card. I don't know. Interesting. But yep, a way you could actually get more cards just by sending stuff in. Drew Hall, Steve Lyons, Tom Henke, Richard Dodson, Mike Trujillo, Julio Franco, Kurt Stillwell, and Ken Gerhardt. So nothing too crazy. Interesting. But yeah, nothing too crazy. And of course, very loaded with stats. You know, every Topps card. The backs were really similar to each other. And this really didn't change until companies like Upper Deck came in and started adding photos in the back. Of course, you know, Score did it. Donruss did it a little bit later. But, yep, I mean, this is a pretty standard Topps product. Looks real similar to today, to be honest. But Topps is a very classic look. So let's take a look at a 1989. Again, chance for winning spring training. 15 cards, 1 stick of bubblegum. There's your ingredients list. Interesting thing on this one is that it was no longer the Topps Chewing Gum Company. It was now just the Topps Company. So I guess at this point they were starting to make that transition. And of course it's still a wax pack. And there was no say no to drugs type message on it. But very easy to get into. Very easy to find the cards that you really wanted. And then, oh, this is a joy. Again, this is a problem when it comes to these packs, is because you had because this gum, especially if it got moist a little bit, well, first off, it leaves a residue, but it would stick to it and it does damage the card. So this is unfortunate. But the good thing is at least this is not a... I'm not worried about a rookie Mike Trout auto in this. And this piece of gum, that's actually kind of nasty. I don't know what that little black spot on that gum is, but definitely not going to chew it. I'll put that over there. Let's get these turned around. Let's see who we got. Oh, this is cool. So we got an All-Star American League Roger Rocket Clemens. That's neat. So he was the 88 American League leader. Very nice. So that's a nice card to get. Not because it's worth anything, but it is a rocket. There's Wally Joyner. There is your handy dandy checklist, because we couldn't go to the internet and look up sell sheets, so you could actually find out who are you missing and who you're not. There's your early spreadsheet right there. Luis Aquino, Lance McCullers. I'm going to show you the back here. And this was what was neat, especially pictures. They would actually show you the monthlies, what they would do. But again, Topps is real big, heavy on the stats, very little in the commentary. But this is very Topps standard. Darnell Coles. There's Bob Forsch. And he's the card that actually got messed up. I'm going to put him on the bottom. Jeff Reardon. Looks like he might have had some residue on him too. Number 1 draft pick of Willie Ansley. That image looks a little strange, but very interesting. And he actually, this is interesting, actually has his high school batting record on here. So he's definitely an interesting one. German Jimenez. Doug Jennings. Andy Hawkins. Oh, wow. There's the big unit. There's Randy Johnson. And 88 was his first year, so I don't think this is his rookie card, but this is definitely an early one. And unfortunately, it looks like you might have had a little bit of, there's some ink problems here, and it looks like there's a little scuff here. Centering is definitely not on par. It's to the right and to the top, but nice card to have. Can't complain with the big unit. There's Matt Williams and Willie Upshaw. Okay, that was a good deck. I like that. I don't like that the gum stuck to Bob Forsch's back as much as it did, but can't complain with this set. But again, and you look at the difference between 89 and 88, not much difference here. And the backs, really, it's the color, but it's pretty standard Topps. Well, when Upper Deck started coming out, and others, they started giving Topps a run, because Topps has gone with this design. I mean, I have cards back whenever I started in 79, 80, 81. Looks real similar. And they are kind of, we'll say they're classic, right? And I do like this look. I mean, it's very, pull it back out so you can see it. I do like this look. Yeah, to me, it's very clean. And it's there to, so you understand that, this is all your stats on your player. Well, other companies decided to get a little bit more flashy, so Topps decided to come out with a different set. And this year, 2021, is the 30th year of that. So I've got a pack here of 1992, which is their second year of Stadium Club. And this one of the things, if you notice that they really tout, and for people who are younger, don't realize that this is Kodak, which was a film company at the time. These were basically picture cards to create nice pictures. And, you see these pictures behind. These are actually 2021 Stadium Club, the large size photos. And, to me, I like these because it's almost like you're part of the game. So I'm going to go ahead and, I've never opened up some of the older Stadium Club. I've seen the reprints, but let's go ahead and open this up and see what it looks like. You notice that these packs are not quite the wax packs anymore. These are a little bit more difficult to get in. They actually use glue. So the days of skimming for the good cards were over. That's what happens when you go from a $50 million a year business to a $1.6 billion a year business. And that's what the sports card market had gone into, or the baseball card market had gotten into. It's also why I think it's always a good idea for companies to have competition, because it makes them innovate, makes them come out with something new. I think if it wasn't for all the other companies coming out, you wouldn't have had something like a Stadium Club. But I may be wrong. All right, let's turn these around and see what we got. Well, first off, much like other top stuff, you could actually join a 1992 club membership. Oh, that's kind of neat. They had a magazine. You had special club cards, an ID card, members only buying. Oh, this was cool. I didn't even know this existed. So this is nice. How much did it cost? So a baseball stadium club offer was $31.50 plus $4.50 for shipping and handling, so $36. Very nice. It'd be much more than that today, but that's cool. I did not know that. All right, well, let's see. Let's take a look at the Stadium Club. Now, if you've seen any of the Stadium Club for this year, there has been, especially being the 30th year, there's been a lot of reprints of some of the older series. So I'd be interested to see if we run into anything. And I'm just right now trying to pull these apart. You know, these are 29 years old and on Kodak film. So I'm hoping that there's no damage that I'm doing to these, but they are a bit stuck together. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at this and see what we got. Now we look through the club membership. So the first one we have is the Jeff King, and I like the logo. A lot of the reprints use that same logo, so obviously because it's a reprint. So, and on the back, oh, this is kind of neat. It looks like they actually impose the base card, and then they show kind of his heat map, how he hits, and of course, you know, a little bit of stats. Oh, and this is a rookie card. Yeah, 1989 was his top debut. So this was his debut card. Okay, that's cool. And you can tell these feel like old photos because they've got that tacky feel to them. Got Mickey Tettleson. And his rookie card was a 1985's Topps Traded. It's right here. And of course, there's his heat map of how he hit. It looks like he started as an A. And somebody who had his autograph is Jim Abbott. Let's see when he started. Oh, so he has one of those Team USA. His rookie card was the 1988 Topps Traded. And instead of a heat map, because he's obviously a pitcher, not known to hit, they actually talk about his pitches. This is really neat. Like the ultimate stats here. There's Jeff Treadway. And his starter was the 1988 Topps Traded. And you'll see a lot of Topps Traded. Cool. We have Sean Hilligus. Back with the old Cleveland Indians, Indian here. Soon to be the Cleveland Guardians. He started as his rookie card was in 1988 Topps. Again, pitches. And I do like, I'm trying to see. It doesn't look like, you know, even though the cards were sticking together a bit, it doesn't look like it did any damage to them. So that's nice. Tom Pagnozzi. Topps 1988. Ken Hill. 89 Topps traded. Ivan Calderon. 1986 Topps. I love this top set. Probably one of my favorite top set. Ah, here we go. Here's a great George Brett. It's not the one that's actually in this year's Stadium Club. It's not the reprint, but still a nice one. And he started in the 75 Topps. Yeah, he's been playing for a long time. We have Jose De Leon. He's 84 Topps. Carney Langsford. I wonder why he's wearing a jacket but filled in the glove. That's strange. Maybe warm up. And he started in the 1979 Topps. Mike Sakoja. I'm not trying to cover up the cards behind because, oh, I actually have this card. And the reason I have this card is because it's not Mike that I remember this one for. It's because of this guy right on to the right. This is actually also Fernando Valenzuela's first, his rookie card. Dave Hansen. And he was in 1990 Topps debut. I don't know that product. Oh, it's funny. Insufficient. Jesse Barfield. He was also in another, this is an 82. This is back when they would put 3 rookies on the same card. I don't know any card where all 3 people really did something. And last we have Vince Coleman. And the first one was in 86 Topps traded. Very nice. So this is a nice set. Nice, definitely a, I do like Stadium Club a lot. I did get all of this year's base set and quite a bit of the inserts, so it's definitely one that I like to get. But the last piece here, I have seen it once. I do have a chance to get more of this if I want it, depending on what happens here. But it's Topps big. Now the problem with this that I don't like is if you compare it to like a base card, you notice it's not a lot bigger, but it so if you look at this, if you notice, while it's not a lot bigger, it is bigger than your standard card, which means your standard top loaders really you can't, top loaders or penny sleeves you can't use. So I think it was probably one of the reasons why these never did well. I know Donruss had come up with a set like that too, and I have some of those I'll show sometime. But this one had 7 picture cards in it. It looked like there was 3 series. This is actually series 2, so this is what have cards between 89 and 176. Total set of 264. So let's go ahead and open this and see what we got. almost a wax pack, but just be harder to put back together. So take the cardboard away. Now let's see who we got. So we have Tom Browning. Interesting. We got his side view plus his photo. He does not look like a happy person. And on the back, and see, I do like this about this. I think it's kind of cool that they actually put this little comic type strip. Less about the stats, more about, you know, just some fun facts on it. But it's cool. It's supposed to be, you know, full color comic like this. This is actually kind of neat. Of course, they put, you know, the name people know him as in the front, but then they have his formal name right in the back, all 3 names. So I guess that's okay. There's Franklin Stubbs. So I wonder if the photographer, whenever they making these, they says, don't have a happy look. Because so far, nobody has had a happy look. And there's his little blurb. Oh, he hit 59 home runs in 3 seasons of college ball. Interesting. Okay. Johnny Ray. I remember Johnny Ray growing up. It's Johnny Cornelius Ray. He uses 34-inch and 30 to 31-ounce bat. And his dad taught him to switch hit, which is always a good thing. Jim Sundberg. Yeah, he doesn't look happy either. These guys don't look pleased. It's like, guys, you're playing a game. And he's a scuba diver. Wow. Set catcher's record with only 4 errors in 1979. That's crazy. Mike Morgan. So he signed with the A's out of high school in '78 and made his major league debut a week later. Wow. That's nuts. Here's Mike Kingery. Interesting. Has a degree in liberal arts. Okay. That's fine. Just neat little fun facts. Nothing here jumps really at me. And then the last one we have is, oh wow, looky here. And look how young he looks there. Roger Clemens. Wow. A young rocket. William Roger Clemens. I did not know his first name was William. On 4/29/86, he set a record with 20 strikeouts. And he won the Cy Young in 86 and 87. Very neat. That's a young one. That is nuts. All right, well, those are actually kind of neat. I might have to pick up some more of these bigs. They're, like I said, I can't really store them very well. And again, I don't think they're really worth anything. But, you know, they're definitely a fun one to rip. And actually, all of this was fun to rip. You know, and I don't want to sound like a Topps homer because, you know, just like most of us, when you've opened cards for so long, Topps is the defunct one you go to. Especially now. I mean, I do like Panini. I think they're pretty cards. I don't like the fact they won't say the team and they don't show logos. And I totally understand, you know, Topps has the exclusive deal right now and may for a long time. And so I will always buy Topps. I do like the classic looks. You know, I do very much like Stadium Club because it just... these photos are good. Maybe, you know, that one, not so much. But, you know, when you see like this, where it's kind of an action shot, I do like that. And it gives photographers at the game to, you know, a reason to take photos and share them with the world in little itty bitty pictures like this. Let me know what you think. You know, some of y'all may love tops, some of y'all may hate tops, and I don't know. But tell me what you think about the cards. You know, do you like the classic look? Do you like the same club? Do you like these ones that are a little bit different? You know, they might be hard to put away, but you know, there's always penny sleeves for this. You just have to. You wouldn't buy them in mass like I do, you know, for your standard cards. So let me know what you think. You know, go ahead and put any comments down below in the comment section. And again, I'm going to definitely be opening more as I go. So make sure you hit the bell, hit subscribe, so you know when I put up new videos, and you know, it lets me know if you're actually enjoying watching this. Until next time, bye.